Good afternoon and welcome back to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Gabriella and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Gabriella's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give here at school is a tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Gabriella is going to come home with her very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session with Rich. Now, Gabriella is sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And a little background on Gabriella is that she is 9 years old, and she got kicked out of doggy daycare for an altercation with another dog. So when you're watching this girl do her obedience, remember that this is a senior dog that is learning formal obedience commands, and we think she's done a really great job. So the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Gabriella heel. And at this point she has a job to do. So for walking in the city, this is a great exercise to practice. She should stay right next to your left leg when you're walking, not forging ahead, not lagging behind, not dragging you down the street. And when you stop to cross traffic or talk to someone on the street, she should be sitting nicely at your left and waiting for her next command. Brandy, take her around one more time. So you use Gabriella heel, happy voice. You can praise her as you're walking along so she stays focused on you. And again, each time that you stop your feet, she sits automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So we're so proud of Gabriella because she's doing a great job right now. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command. It is a stationary exercise. We are not going to use her name. The long sit stay when you're practicing at home, and you can practice indoors as well as outdoors. Start out at about a minute and work all the way up to 3 minutes. When Brandy returns back to her, she walks all the way around her, and Gabriella remains seated until Brandy gave her another command, and they take off heeling again. We tried to offer Gabriella a bed to lay on out here because it's cold today, but she wasn't having it, so that's what's laying on the chair over there that I didn't realize you could see in the video until just now. Brandy's going to leave her in another sit stay. She's going to walk out to the end of her training leash, and she's going to turn to face her. And this time, instead of returning all the way back to her as she did before, she's going to call her, and the command is Gabriella, come. Use a happy voice. She's to come and sit right in front of you, and she gets praised for a good job, and then she goes back to heel. Very nice. And they're going to demonstrate that command again for us. That come on command is very important, and we want that command to always be a happy command. She gets lots of praise for coming to you. If you want to use a treat, that's fine. We usually try to wean them off of the treats before they leave school. Good girl. She comes right in and sits. And then they go back to heeling. Now the next commands are your down commands, and there are two. So the first one is your down from a heel position. So with the dog seated at your left, and always have her seated first, you're going to take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Now you can practice again. This is a great exercise to practice right in your living room. It's 3 to 5 minute long down stay, and it's good for helping to develop her self-control. When Brandy returns back to her, again, she walks all the way around her. Gabriella should remain lying there until Brandy gives her another command, and Brandy will heel her out of that. And she's going to bring her back around to face the camera, and we'll demonstrate that down from a heel position again. She sits. Always have her sitting first. Down, stay. Very nice. And you can lengthen out your time and your distance with this command. Now this time, instead of returning back to her, just to mix it up, Brandy will call her. Yeah, the girl. She's been a great student. We've enjoyed having her. Sometimes we underestimate our seniors that they're not going to be able to learn this stuff, and they do a great job. Now this time we're going to demonstrate the down from a distance, which is a little bit harder. Brandy's going to leave her in the sit stay and turn to face her, and this is another exercise that you're going to lengthen out distance. Brandy gives her that down command. Like I said, we offered her a warm bed to lay on, but she didn't want any parts of it, so she's not used to it. It's been pretty warm this winter. Today's probably the coldest day to do videos, but here we are. And that's her down from a distance. Now, we've demonstrated for you all of Gabriella's formal on-leash obedience commands: heeling, automatic sits, sit stays, down from a heel and stay, down from a distance, and come. These are all of the exercises that Gabriella has learned while she's been here at school. She's done a fabulous job, and she's been a model student, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.